like stereotypically a male job.
Does your crew like compensate more for you because you're a girl?
Hell no.
No.
They tell me to shrug when I'm carrying jerry cans.
It's just a great job. There's like no way around it. An amazing job.
Please be advised, we're dispatching initial attack crew. Yeah, basic. We're 10 miles back. We got smoke ahead.
Last week on Playing with Fire.
Yeah, just kind of wondering the situation here on Mr. McDonald.
I don't think he's going to be in any good shape for the rest of the summer here.
Harvey discovered his crew was changing.
You're going to have Virginia.
Excuse me.
And Garrett learned there's no honor in a hose race.
My team's honest and we didn't resort to cheap tricks and sabotage.
Everything he said, I feel the exact opposite.
The Ugrey crew is on its way to Vedette Lake. They've been tasked with teaching firefighting to a class of raw recruits.
I was picked to go be one of the instructors, and when I found out about it, I was pretty happy to hear about that and excited to do some instructing. The most I've learned about fire was hands-on on the fire line. We're trying to get more Aboriginal and Native youth applying into the program because right now they're underrepresented. We do a lot of work in Northwestern Ontario with these communities throughout the fire seasons. We'd like to see more numbers in the program. So we teach them the basics of fire behavior, fire line safety, just the absolute bare minimum that they need to know to get their foot in the door. So Dan and Kuhn are assisting with the slinging portion of the field exercise. So that's just getting them used to working around helicopters and machines.
So this is the cargo hook right here. All the helicopters have a hook on them. Now, for today, on this hook, when the machine comes to you, you're going to see it, it's going to look like this. The hook's going to be open. So you're going to put it in here and push up, and then it's going to stay in there. You're going to want to make sure it stays in there.
You feel a little stupid sometimes with like your big arms going, but it's really important that you make them exaggerated. Like, so if you want them to go down, then it's like one of these, right? If you want them to go up, it's like big arms, right? Hover, big arms.
While the raw rookies are learning from Garrett, Kevin Heaney is learning from John Gibson, because when you're on an initial attack crew, training never ends.
What are you looking at as we approach the tree?
The way it's leaning, it's got most of its branches on the one side here, so it's going to want to go that way.
Kevin is hoping to be certified on the chainsaw today.
So you always look at it from two sides.
Yeah.
So you can get an idea which way it's going to go.
It's got a bit of a bend here and then it straightens out. But all the branches should help it lean that way.
Yeah. So
I'll probably drop it straight out that way.
Yeah, okay. You always cut barehanded? Pull your choke out just once. Just let it warm up a bit. So just make your notch as you would. Okay. And on your back cut, leave a bit more holding wood on this side.
Yeah.
And then that'll pull it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
start living. Shit.
Felt good?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, creep went where you wanted it to go.
Yeah.
Just remember to put your gloves on.
Yeah.
Kevin is now certified on the chainsaw.
3 words that men find so hard to say. I need help.
Yeah. Or, yeah, we're not lost.
Yeah.
Number 2s, we'll go over by this pine tree right over here with my crew boss Ebony. She'll be leading you guys.
So these packs are pretty heavy. Does anyone know how much they weigh? Yeah, they're like 54 to 60, depends if your hose is wet or not. So you can do an assisted lift, which is where your partner will lift it for you and you just slip it on. So really they're doing most of the work.
Ebony is helping out with the hose lay portion of the field exercise.
Okay, so when you open it up, you want to open it like that.
Yep.
And then this rubber piece always goes underneath.
Yep.
Let me back up on the other end. Turn it horizontal. And then just start wrapping it like a hockey stick.
It's a really good refresher for me. I mean, it's good just to really remind myself of the fundamentals of fighting fires. Whenever you're starting up a pump, you're warming it up at the start warm-up position here. Very low throttle, just basically idling. Working with the kids and being an instructor, it sort of reminds me of what it's like to come in brand new. It reminds you that you gotta have patience and you gotta sort of really help people out when they need it. Good job, guys.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
We'll get all your info, anyone interested in applying, and we'll help you get in there.
Okay, I hope so. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Hi, Bill. It's Goonie. I'm in Vedette Lake. Pretty good. I'm just calling to let you know we're just about to roll out of here, and then we'll come straight through to the base there in Sioux.
It's pretty funny being the only girl on a crew. Like having to pee, for instance. Like I tried that once and Goonie was just like, whoa!
Whoa, you know, just surprised. Well, sorry, you know.
You're okay.
Ebony, Garrett's crew boss, likes to start her day with a workout.
It's pretty funny, like being the only girl on a crew sometimes. Funny and hard. Either you're seen as kind of like a bitch or like kind of like too aggressive and you're like, go do this, go do that. Or you're seen as like kind of like walked all over a little bit because you're like, could you maybe do that? Could you like, so I think it's just like finding the balance between the two. And I think I've found the balance.
I think if there's one obvious common factor that would stop a female from applying into the program would be just maybe the physical demands of the job. It's a lot of hard physical work in the bush for a long time.
And I like that. I wouldn't have that any other way. Like if you can't do the job, you shouldn't be there.
Ebony is extremely fit. She can handle all the demands of the job. She's a workhorse and she'll just keep going.
I think if me and all the girls on base just sat down and had a chat, we'd come up with some pretty hilarious stories. Like having to pee, for instance, like takes a little bit longer and you can't just like, guys will just like turn around and pee. But like I tried that once and Goonie was just like, whoa, what are you doing? Oh, okay.
Whoa, you know, just surprised. Well, sorry, you know. Just didn't know, I was just surprised.
It's just like little things.
Well, there's a lot of differences between, you know, the male fire rangers and the female fire rangers. But at the same time, there's not any differences at all.
Sometimes I bring nail polish on fires. That's kind of weird, but... And I always have a dress in my red and blue bags, just in case. Yeah. I just said, like, go for it. Make sure you're fit, make sure you love being outside. It's a lot of fun. I think more girls should get into it for sure.
In Kenora, Harvey's crew boss Kevin is sharing a survival tip with his rookies.
Fighting fire, we camp in the bush a lot. There's always the possibility of getting lost or maybe even stuck in. So I was going to show you just a quick survival tip of how you can filter water with just stuff we have at camp, right?
Sure.
So I'm using water bottles and socks and some E-tape, and basically that's it. We'll start with cutting open the water bottles. So you need 3 water bottles and 3 socks for the different layers. To start, we would make like a charcoal layer. Imagine these are burned up wood chips. And you crush in. Your second layer will just be a fine sand. And then your top layer, you could use moss, kind of like leafy things that'll allow the water to pass through. So we'll say this is moss.
Some grass, perfect.
Some grass.
Imagination time.
Yeah, so this is where your imagination comes in. And now you got your filtration system set up. So the first stage takes out the big stuff, and then the sand will take out the finer stuff, and then the charcoal finishes it all off. Then you should have some drinkable water after. But I would also suggest, if you have the option of boiling, because boiling is always a surefire way.
When the zombie apocalypse happens, I want to ride with you.
When it happens, because
When?
it's for sure happening, eh?
It's planned.
It's planned.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a little tent setup competition here. You set up your tents, you gotta set up your flies, fully pegged in, zip down, doors zipped as well, and then that's when I stop the time for you.
All right. Is there any rules for this?
No cheating like Manning.
All right. Sabotaging?
No sabotaging. You can sort of push each other or something, or
make sure I beat you fair and square here, man.
Yeah. I think Coon's gonna be faster setting up his tent. Dan's a little newer, so I'm thinking Coon will take it. 1, 2, 3, start. Rods, poles.
That one's done. I'll take that one.
Dan's running around like a squirrel right now. Coon is showing some frustration. Something simple, just like a little tent setup race. Keeps them on the ball, keeps them sharp. Nice.
Hey, now.
That's gonna be funny.
What the? I'm wrecked.
Coon's doing up his buckles. Dan's looking pretty good.
What you doing with it?
Coon's trying to catch up. It's gonna be close.
Done.
And time. Time for, so Dan, 4 minutes, 13 seconds. Coon's still going.
Finished.
Nice. Coon, my money was on you today, but I forgot about
cheating.
Yeah. Dan was just more on the ball than Coon, and he also gave Coon's fly a little boot into the bush there.
Maybe if Dan didn't throw my bag out in the bushes there, I didn't have to set up 3 poles. And...
Well, you threw my fly away.
Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, that's pretty far. Yeah.
I think Dan was actually trying to use your tent pegs as well. It's easy to get complacent when it's been a while since you've been on a fire. The tent setup was sort of just to let him know, you know, we got to stay on the ball here because we're starting to heat up again. Good job on the tents, boys. Coon, we'll get you trained up on that for next year.
Get out of here.
In Kenora, the bunting crew is also very alert. Arm wrestling.
You can use 2 hands.
2 hands.
You better beat me though. Not like that. You gotta use 2 hands, push it one side. There you go.
It zooms fast and it reminds me of a golf cart.
Yeah, Dan in the E-track.
I love that truck. It zooms fast, and it reminds me of a golf cart. And I loved driving golf carts as a kid, so I guess it never wore off when I grew up.
Oh, Dan loves that because he's not signed off to drive any of the trucks here. So as soon as he's seen that he's allowed to drive that little e-truck, every day he's on it somewhere, like for no reason to. He'll just drive it around.
Usually I have a purpose, but the odd time somebody's down at crew quarters, I want to say hi, just zip it down and back up.
Yeah, Dan in the e-truck.
I love that truck.
Harvey's crew is on red alert, so it's important to go over basic safety because the siren could go off any second.
When you guys are in the bush, you guys may not be able to see everything because there's a lot of smoke around. Just make sure you got a good visual where you guys are going. Look up, look down. You know, there's danger all over the place. Spot fire could flare pretty quick.
Another important one is stay hydrated, and that's an easy one to forget, especially when you're focused on firefighting. I know I've had two of my crew members go down with heat exhaustion before, and that was just because they weren't hydrated going out.
It's going to be stressful, you know, guaranteed, because we're working in a pretty hostile environment. You know, we're battling a wildfire, and things can get pretty hairy. You know, I have a lot of experience as a crew leader, so if you guys need any direction with something, don't be afraid to ask.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. And always keep toilet paper in your helmet. It'll save your life. Literally your entire life. It will make your life easier on the fire line, because you never know.
Then you don't have to walk back to camp.
You never know.
Okay, all right.
Okay, let's go.
Break. I think in general, in this job, you don't really get super girly girls to begin with.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Like when someone says it out loud that there's only 8 of us and 48 guys, everyone's initial reaction is more shock, like, holy shit, how do you survive out there with so many guys and so little girls? But it doesn't feel like there's only 8 girls and 48 boys.
I mean, when I was out on Red 31 for, 14 days or whatever, I didn't see a girl for 14 days.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it's a long time.
It's like a breath of fresh air, kind of like when you see another girl. I don't know.
It's true. It's true.
You're like,
then it doesn't really.
I know, and I saw you back, like, I was like, yeah,
girl time.
It's kind of nice because there's some sort of solidarity there.
Do you find, does your crew like compensate more for you because you're a girl? Like, do they give you the jobs that are easier, or do they?
Hell no.
No.
They tell me to shrug when I'm carrying jerry cans.
Shrug.
But I always find that I definitely push myself.
Yeah.
Like, I probably carry a lot more than I thought I could. Just because I don't want to, I don't want them to feel like they have to do that.
I've never felt like they've been,
Easy.
like my crew's been like, oh, we'll give you the easy jobs because you're a girl. Like, it's always like pretty much equal. Like, this isn't a typically female job, as you can tell from like the 8 to 48 ratio.
I don't think as many women apply.
No, I don't think as many women apply, but I think that's because this is like stereotypically a male job. I think
like most of my girlfriends from home, I have tons of friends who have never gone camping.
Yeah.
And who have never
Just been exposed.
Never seen a deer.
A lot of my friends would probably freak out.
I think that if more girls actually knew
what
it was
more
about,
girls would apply.
More would be definitely encouraged to do it, and
yeah.
A lot of girls might not even just think they can do it, even if they could.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I mean, it's because you got to do something every once in a while that pushes yourself.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what it is. And also, it's just a great job. There's like no way around it.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing job.
It's a lot dirtier than I thought it would be.
Like, literally, I spent one day walking around Sioux 14, and I was dirty from like here down to there, complete black, and my arms were like, it looked like I had sleeve tats, because my arms were just black, and I was like, what the hell?
You get people from all walks of life, all different kinds of experiences, all different like ages, all different.
And yet we're all here doing fire because we love it,
Yeah.
and it's just, it's such a great sort of team atmosphere.
I love the teamwork and the hard work. I like the hard work.
Yeah.
And just the camaraderie that you make as a crew eventually.
You really get to know them really, really well.
For sure.
And you go through a lot of stuff with them.
Like everyone here they're not just another random coworker. They're like.
You live with them too.
You live with them, yeah.
You wake up and you're in like a National Geographic special.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like you go outside, the sky is huge and
the lake's beautiful.
The lake's clear. Like the air is actually cleaner. It's actually a huge difference in your life to be around this, I think.
Yeah.
Helicopters are so much fun.
Yeah, that's
so
just
much
silly.
fun.
That's just we take them like taxis.
We take them like taxis.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like
That's pretty good.
I can't like I'm scared for this show to go out because I'm like more people are gonna find out. It's gonna get more bad.
Like, your foot's in the door. You're good.
I love this job.